different things, but it's come back slowly but surely. And just the more reps you get, the more comfortable you are seeing the defenses and seeing guys' routes and just delivering the football on time.
Blaine, it seemed like it's from the start of camp. You've been very clearly the number 2 here. Has that helped just to see from the start that you had the edge and experience and would be set up to be the top backup here?
Yeah, I just try to put my best foot forward every day. Anything I can do to help the football team, help Tom in our quarterback room. That's what my job description is. And I'm ready and willing. If my number is called, get ready to go. But at the same time, my job right now is to help Tom get ready to beat New Orleans.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Blaine, can you just take us back to last preseason and, and the suddenness of that injury and just kind of like, which you're dealing with mentally going through that year on injured reserve and having to kind of see that backup spot behind Jameis Winston to Ryan Griffin due to your injury?
Yeah, it was tough. I knew right away when it happened, it was bad. That I'd done that before, but this one, it just didn't go back in my socket as easily as the previous time. So, it was tough. I needed to get operated on. That was inevitable. But, it was the right decision. I had to get that thing fixed for my health. And, I'm ready to roll this year. I feel great. I'm back to 100%. And it's stronger than ever.
And then if you can just talk about working with Tom Brady and in some respects teaching him, this is the greatest quarterback of all time, but this offense more than he does, having been in it back in Arizona and then here in Tampa. Mm-hmm. Just what that interaction's been like between you guys and how the relationship's developed.
It's been wonderful. Tom's a great guy on and off the field. And it's been a collaborative effort in the meeting rooms with myself, Byron, Clyde, Griff, all of us in there kind of working as one, just really talking through things, how we see it. And it's been great so far. And if he's got any questions, we're there to answer them. Because like you said, we've been in the system a little longer than he has, but he's the greatest of all time for a reason. And any questions that he have, we're going to answer and get him ready to go.
Thank you, Blaine.
Yep.
All right. Next is going to be Jenna Lane.
Hey, Blaine, back to or along the lines of what Scott said, talking about Tom Brady, I can imagine this is a difficult playbook to learn and tough to learn at warp speed. Can you just take us behind the scenes on what it's been like, trying to get Tom up to speed very, very quickly on what you guys are doing so that you're not missing a beat?
Yeah, it's anytime you have to learn a new system, it's tough. And it's even harder when you're in a condensed offseason, condensed training camp, getting ready to go week 1. And but the thing that helped us is we did a great job all summer, getting our workouts in, being on Zoom meeting calls, really going through the system and installing it more than once. So once we hit the training camp, we installed it again and again and again. So this is the 3rd or 4th or 5th time that we've been through our install package now. And, it's starting to become second nature. But in the early stages, it is tough because like BA always says, you're missing the reps in OTAs and mini camps. So we're just trying to catch up in lost time.
And you are, constantly trying to develop, constantly trying to better yourself. It seems to me like he is one of those, we've seen it with the receivers. He's more than willing to offer corrections and help people. What's it been like from that standpoint? How is he helping you grow?
He expects a level of excellence, and that kind of resonates throughout the football team. He expects a certain level of execution every single day. And, we didn't live up to that level today. But, that's why we practice in training camp. There's ebbs and flows every single day of practice. And we're going to go out there tomorrow and put our best foot forward.
Next up is going to be James Palmer.
Blaine, you're probably the only quarterback that's gone against this 2020 defensive front in the closest sense of a game in the scrimmage. What did you think of the group you went against and what this starter up front for you guys will be like?
They're extremely talented. And when our front 7 and our back end in the secondary can play complementary football and play off one another, that's a tough group. When you're in a sub package and you're going against Vita and Sue and Shaq and JPP, and then you bring Will Golston in and you got Levante and D White. So there's a bunch of guys in that front 7 that can roll through that are extremely talented players. And then just the pass rush that they'll provide will help our secondary because quarterbacks are going to have to get the ball out, and the DBs definitely know that.
Is there an instance throughout this camp, Tom's so detail-oriented, that maybe there's something he did in a meeting or a practice where you go, God, this is another level of attention to the small things?
You know, it's just like I alluded to earlier, he expects a level of excellence. He expects a level of performance out of everybody on this football team. And it's our job to get to that level and exceed that level. And you just got to be ready to go each and every day, because there's a recipe to win, and he knows that recipe. Over the last 20 years, it's proven to be true. And, you know, he's really starting to instill that in the players on this football team. We see it day in and day out in our quarterback room. And, you know, he's been a lot of fun to work with and be a part of this group with.
Next question is going to come from Rick Stroud.
Hey, Blaine, everybody's hoping that everyone stays healthy, obviously, and you guys are tested, I know. But have they told you whether there's, since you're one, heartbeat away, one hit away, whether you'll be like in a different meeting room, or are you guys going to be together? I mean, have they talked about any of that for the regular season?
No, no, we have not kind of gone over any of those scenarios. You know, I think everybody in the NFL has got a clean bill of health up to this point in time. They're testing us at every single day. So, you know, we take this job seriously. We're going to do whatever we can as an individual to get that green check mark good to go every single day and be ready to play on Sundays.
All right. Our last question is going to come from Mark Cook.
Hey, Blaine. You know, obviously we all know what Tom Brady can do, and I appreciate you answering the questions about your relationship with him. But other guys in the offensive side of the ball, improvements that you've seen from guys like OJ Howard and Scotty Miller and Justin Watson. Can you talk about how far that they've come really over the last 12 months since you got here last year?
They've been doing a tremendous job, and you see that confidence rise. You see their level of play rise, just being more comfortable and confident in the system. Anytime you're learning a new system, a lot of the time you're thinking and not just playing and reacting. So just going into the second year in this new offensive system for all those guys, OJ, J-Watt, Scooter, they're doing a tremendous job. And Tom's doing a great job building their confidence, getting them to play at a really high level of football. And they've been making big plays all at camp.
All right. That's all for today. Thanks for taking the time, Blaine.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See ya.